Over 100,000 new trucks are sitting on dealer lots right now, collecting dust past the 120-day mark. Dealers are cutting $10,000, sometimes $12,000, off sticker price just to move metal. One manufacturer watched its flagship truck sales fall more than 20% in a single quarter. Buyers who purchased these trucks 18 months ago are now underwater, trading in vehicles worth $15,000 less than what they still owe. 3 of the 8 trucks on this list are under active federal investigation or have open service bulletins issued within the last year. One had its factory production suspended because demand collapsed so completely that running the line stopped making financial sense. If you are shopping for a truck right now, or if one of these is already sitting in your driveway, this video could save you from a $70,000 mistake. Here is what the dealers, the manufacturers, and the glossy commercials are not telling you. Number 8. The Nissan Frontier. Dealers have been sitting on Frontiers for 90 to 120 days on average, and in some markets, the number climbs higher than that. For a truck in this price range, hovering between $32,000 and $43,000, that kind of stagnation tells you everything. The Frontier's 3.8-liter V6 is a carryover engine, naturally aspirated, returning around 18 to 20 miles per gallon combined. That number was acceptable 5 years ago. In 2026, when every competitor in the midsize segment is offering turbocharged engines with more torque, better efficiency, and more technology, it is not acceptable anymore. Nissan as a company is in genuine financial distress. Reports throughout 2025 documented restructuring, production cuts, and serious questions about the brand's long-term direction in North America. This is not a slow-selling truck from a healthy manufacturer quietly retooling. This is a slow-selling truck from a company that may not have the resources to fix the problem, update the platform, or compete aggressively going forward. Buyers who chose the Frontier for its lower price are now discovering that the value proposition they counted on has quietly evaporated. A truck purchased for $38,000 in 2023 may be worth $22,000 today. The one advantage the Frontier ever had over the Tacoma, the Ranger, and the Colorado was price. When even that math stops working in your favor, the question becomes simple. What exactly are you buying? Number 7. The Chevrolet Colorado and GMC Canyon. General Motors built the same truck twice, put 2 different nameplates on it, and is now struggling to sell either one. Both the Colorado and the Canyon share a platform, share engine options, and share a growing list of owner complaints that Consumer Reports and industry analysts have tracked since the 2023 redesign. Infotainment system failures are the loudest problem. The large central touchscreen freezes mid-drive, reboots without warning, and in documented cases goes completely dark while the vehicle is in motion. That means no navigation, no climate controls, no backup camera. On a truck pushing past $50,000 in upper trims, that is not a software quirk. That is a product failure. The turbocharged 2.7-liter 4-cylinder, capable on paper, has drawn complaints about engine noise, refinement that feels more economy car than premium truck, and real-world fuel economy that falls short of what the window sticker promises. Transmission hesitation and rough low-speed behavior have appeared repeatedly in owner reports. But here is what makes this worse. The Canyon AT4X and Colorado ZR2 push past $50,000 at full price. General Motors positioned these as premium, adventure-capable, segment-leading products. Buyers who paid that kind of money expect the screen to stay on. The fact that 2 trucks sharing one platform are both sitting on lots, both generating the same complaints, and both losing ground to the Tacoma tells you this is not a Canyon problem or a Colorado problem. It is a General Motors problem, and buyers are figuring that out. Number 6. The Ford Ranger. The third generation Ranger relaunched for the 2024 model year in the United States, priced from approximately $36,000 to $52,000, and it arrived into a market that had quietly moved on. Consumer Reports has flagged reliability concerns for the redesigned Ranger, with owner complaints pointing to issues including transmission behavior at low speeds and the long-documented challenge of direct injection engines building carbon deposits on intake valves over time. Direct injection sprays fuel at extremely high pressure directly into the combustion chamber rather than washing the intake valves on the way in, and it leaves those valves unprotected from carbon buildup, which accumulates over thousands of miles and can eventually affect engine performance and efficiency. Ford has used this technology across its EcoBoost lineup for years, and the Ranger is not immune. The 10-speed automatic, shared across several Ford products, has drawn complaints about jerky, hesitant shifts at parking lot speeds, exactly the kind of daily irritation that erodes buyer confidence. But here is the kicker. The Ranger is being strangled from both sides by its own family. Below it, the Maverick Hybrid offers remarkable fuel economy and strong value at a lower price. Above it, F-150 deals have become aggressive enough that buyers stretching their budget simply skip the Ranger entirely. A fully loaded Ranger Raptor crosses $55,000. That is F-150 money. At that price point, the buyer math does not favor a smaller, less capable truck, and the inventory numbers are reflecting exactly that calculation. Number 5. The Nissan Titan. There is a specific kind of financial pain that comes from buying a truck that its own manufacturer has decided to abandon. That is the situation facing Nissan Titan buyers in 2026. Reports indicate that Nissan is discontinuing the Titan, with the final model years now confirmed or widely expected by industry analysts. For anyone purchasing a new Titan today, they are buying an orphan. No future generation, no platform updates. A parts and service ecosystem that will shrink steadily as production ends and dealer support thins. The Titan's 5.6-liter V8 returns approximately 16 to 18 miles per gallon, poor even by full-size truck standards, in an era when competitors are offering turbocharged engines, mild hybrid systems, and diesel options designed to push efficiency higher. The interior and technology package have not kept pace with the F-150, Silverado, or Tundra. Tow ratings and payload numbers that were competitive years ago now trail the segment. The Titan's market share in the full-size segment sits below 2%. In a segment where the Ford F-150 alone outsells entire competing brands, the Titan is a rounding error. Dealers know it, and the depreciation curve for Titan owners is about to become severe. Once discontinuation is fully public knowledge and the last model year arrives, trade-in values will compress rapidly. A truck worth $48,000 today could crater within 12 months. Nissan is not just losing the truck war. They are leaving their own customers stranded on the battlefield with no reinforcements coming. Number 4. The Ram 1500 REV. If you're finding this information helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to support this channel. Thank you. Ram spent billions developing an all-electric full-size truck for a buyer who, in 2026, largely does not want it yet. The Ram 1500 REV launched for the 2025 model year, starting around $58,000 and climbing well past $80,000 in higher trims. Production and delivery numbers have fallen short of initial projections, according to reports from industry analysts tracking the electric truck segment. The core problem is not the truck. The core problem is the mismatch between the truck's capabilities and the actual needs of the people who buy full-size trucks for actual truck work. Real-world towing range, which is what matters to a contractor hauling equipment or a family pulling a boat, collapses significantly under load compared to the EPA range figure posted on the window sticker. The charging infrastructure required to make an electric truck genuinely practical, particularly for buyers in rural areas, at job sites, or anywhere beyond dense urban charging networks, remains inadequate. Fleet buyers are hesitant. Retail buyers who need a truck to do truck things, tow, haul, and travel to areas without fast chargers on every corner, have not converted in the numbers RAM projected. Early buyers who paid $80,000 or more are watching resale values compress as inventory builds and the initial scarcity premium dissolves. The $7,500 federal tax credit helps, but only for buyers who qualify under the income and vehicle price caps in the current tax code. RAM built the future of trucks for people who mostly do not need a truck and forgot about the people who do. Number 3. The Ram 1500 Classic. Ram has kept its previous generation truck in production as the Classic, positioning it as the accessible, value-oriented entry into the full-size segment, priced from approximately $38,000 to $48,000. On paper, it sounds like a deal. In practice, buyers who research quickly discover they are purchasing a truck built on aging architecture, fitted with an engine carrying documented mechanical complaints, and priced close enough to the new generation Ram 1500 that the value logic barely holds together. The 5.7-liter Hemi 5.8, long a cultural touchstone for Ram, has accumulated thousands of owner complaints related to what is widely known as Hemi tick, a persistent valve train and lifter noise that has generated multiple class action lawsuits and years of dealer service visits. When a lifter fails completely, the repair can cost $3,000 to $5,000 or more out of warranty, a bill that lands squarely on the owner. For buyers purchasing a new Classic in 2025 or 2026, they are potentially buying a truck with a known long-standing mechanical vulnerability on a platform that will receive no future development. There will be no next-generation Classic. There will be no platform update. There will be no engineering fix arriving in a future model year to address the complaints. It gets worse. Dealers are marketing the Classic as a bargain, using its lower price versus the new Ram as the primary sales argument. But buyers who absorb that message and drive home are going to discover the savings erode quickly, in depreciation that outpaces the new generation and in repair costs that the lower sticker price does not offset. Ram is selling yesterday's truck at today's prices and calling it a deal. Number 2. The Ram 1500 New Generation. The mainstream new generation, Ram 1500 is, by most measurements, a genuinely capable truck. The interior is well regarded. The ride quality is class competitive. The brand carries genuine loyalty built over decades. So, why is inventory building? Why are days on lot climbing above segment norms? And why are dealers growing anxious? The answer starts under the hood and inside the transmission tunnel. The e-torque mild hybrid system, standard on the 5.7-liter Hemi, has generated documented complaints about rough stop-start behavior, charging system faults, and in some cases, complete e-torque motor failures requiring dealer replacement. A mild hybrid system is designed to smooth out the stop-start experience, recovering energy during deceleration and providing a small electric assist at launch. When it fails, it does the opposite of what it promised. The 8-speed automatic transmission has drawn hesitation and rough shift complaints that have persisted across multiple model years without a clear resolution. Stellantis, the parent company that builds Ram, has faced serious financial and operational scrutiny throughout 2025, including production adjustments and quality control concerns that have appeared in industry quality studies. Fit and finish complaints, electrical system instability, and infotainment failures have shown up in owner reports at a rate that undermines the truck's premium positioning. At $65,000 to $75,000 for upper trims, Buyers are financing payments of $1,000 to $1,200 a month. They are not doing that for a truck that spends its first year at the dealer. Imagine this. You saved for 3 years. You watched every truck review, every comparison test, every long-term ownership video you could find. You went to the dealer on a Saturday morning, you did your research, and you drove home in a $68,000 truck. Leather seats, panoramic sunroof, towing package, the full configuration. Payments are $1,100 a month. 6 months later, you are back at the dealer. The e-torque system threw a fault code the dealer cannot replicate. The transmission hesitates every time you ease out of a parking spot. The infotainment screen froze on the highway twice last week. Everything is under warranty, so the repairs cost you nothing out of pocket today. But you are driving a loaner while your truck sits in a bay with no clear return date. And when you finally decide you have had enough and price out a trade-in, the dealer offers you $56,000 on a truck you owe $68,000 on. That gap does not close. That is not bad luck. That is the predictable outcome of a purchase nobody warned you was coming. Number 1. The Chevrolet Silverado Evolve. General Motors has invested an estimated $35 billion in electric vehicle development and factory retooling. The Chevrolet Silverado EV is one of the flagship products of that investment, priced from approximately $57,000 to over $100,000 at full configuration. Dealers are sitting on them. Software issues, charging system faults, and ongoing refinement challenges with the Ultium battery platform have appeared in owner complaints and federal investigation records. Real-world range under towing load, tested by independent automotive publications, falls meaningfully short of the EPA estimate posted on the sticker. The entry-level work truck variant, the version that was supposed to make the electric Silverado accessible to actual working truck buyers, faced delays and pricing adjustments that stripped away its value argument before it could take hold. Early buyers at the $80,000 to $100,000 tier are watching their trucks depreciate faster than expected as inventory builds and the initial shortage premium disappears entirely. Here is where things get truly alarming. This is not simply a story about one electric truck sitting on one lot. This is the visible result of a collision between federal fuel economy mandates, automaker commitments to Wall Street EV timelines made years before consumer demand was ready to support them, and a regulatory environment that pushed manufacturers to build for compliance rather than for buyers. Engineers did not forget how to build trucks. The people running these companies built for Washington and for investor presentations, and American truck buyers are delivering their verdict one empty lot at a time. The trucks on this list are not failing because of isolated defects or bad luck. They are failing because the incentives that shaped them were never aligned with the person writing the check. And that brings us to you. If you own any of these trucks and have experienced what this video describes, the single most important first step is documentation. Every dealer visit, every repair order, every email. You will need that record if warranty disputes escalate or if legal options become relevant. Step 1. Go to nhtsa.gov and run your VIN through the recall lookup tool. It takes 30 seconds, and it tells you immediately if your vehicle is part of an open investigation or recall. Step 2. If you are still shopping, use the inventory data against the dealer. A truck that has been on the lot for 120 days or more is a truck the dealer is motivated to move. That motivation is your leverage. Use it. Step 3. For electric trucks specifically, ask the dealer for real-world towing range data from independent testing, not the EPA window sticker figure. The gap between those two numbers is where the disappointment lives. Step 4. If you are experiencing repeated failures on a truck under warranty, research your state's lemon law provisions. Most states require a manufacturer to repurchase or replace a vehicle after a defined number of repair attempts for the same defect. Step 5. Do not buy a discontinued nameplate without understanding the long-term parts and service implications. The savings today can cost you significantly more over the life of the vehicle. The manufacturers made their calculation. They weighed your engine, your transmission, your monthly payment, and your trade-in value against their compliance targets and their quarterly earnings calls. Now you have the information to make yours. If your truck is on this list, share your story in the comments below. Tell us the make, the model, the year, and what happened. The more people speak up, the harder it becomes for these patterns to stay invisible. And if this video gave you something useful today, subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next.